What if I told you that combining two common household powders could create a synergistic effect so powerful that it dramatically improves blood flow, enhances vascular function, and supports firm, reliable responses in ways that neither compound could achieve alone? What if this combination has been studied by researchers and shown to produce measurable improvements in cardiovascular performance? Yet almost nobody knows about using these two substances together for intimate health. I am Dr. Sophia Carter, and today I am going to reveal exactly which powders these are, why they work so remarkably well together, and how to use this combination to support your vascular health and intimate function. This information is backed by solid science, costs almost nothing, and could transform your understanding of natural approaches to blood flow enhancement. Let me start by explaining what baking soda actually does in your body and why it has such profound effects on vascular function. Baking soda, which is chemically known as sodium bicarbonate, is a compound that affects your body's acid-base balance. When you consume sodium bicarbonate, it acts as a buffer that can neutralize excess acidity in your bloodstream. This might sound simple, but the implications for vascular function and physical performance are remarkable. Your blood vessels are exquisitely sensitive to the pH level of your blood. When your blood becomes even slightly more acidic, several things happen that impair vascular function. The endothelial cells that line your blood vessels become less efficient at producing nitric oxide, which is the master regulator of blood flow. The smooth muscle cells that control whether blood vessels are constricted or dilated become less responsive to signals. And the overall capacity for blood vessels to expand and increase blood flow becomes limited. During physical exertion or arousal, your muscles produce various metabolic byproducts, including lactate and hydrogen ions, which increase acidity in your tissues and blood. This rising acidity is actually one of the factors that limits performance and contributes to fatigue. When you buffer this acidity with sodium bicarbonate, you create an environment where your blood vessels can function more optimally, where nitric oxide production is enhanced, and where blood flow capacity is maximized. Research has demonstrated that sodium bicarbonate supplementation can improve exercise performance, enhance blood flow during physical activity, and reduce the sensation of fatigue. These effects are directly relevant to intimate function because the physiological demands of intimate activity are similar to other forms of physical exertion. Your body needs to rapidly increase blood flow, maintain that blood flow over time, and sustain physical activity without premature fatigue. Sodium bicarbonate supports all of these requirements, but here is the critical insight. While sodium bicarbonate alone provides benefits, when you combine it with a specific complementary compound, the effects are dramatically amplified. The powder you need to mix with baking soda is citric acid. Now, this might seem counterintuitive at first. Why would you mix an acid with a base? The answer lies in the chemical reaction that occurs and the compounds that are produced when these two substances interact. When sodium bicarbonate and citric acid are mixed together in water, they react to produce sodium citrate, water, and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is what creates the fizzing or effervescent effect you see. But it is the sodium citrate that provides the remarkable benefits for vascular function. Sodium citrate is a compound that has been studied extensively for its effects on blood flow, endothelial function, and physical performance. It works through mechanisms that are complementary to those of sodium bicarbonate alone. Sodium citrate improves blood flow by enhancing the bioavailability of nitric oxide. It does this by reducing oxidative stress in the endothelium and by improving the efficiency of the enzymes that produce nitric oxide. Sodium citrate also improves the fluidity of blood by affecting how red blood cells behave. When red blood cells are more flexible and flow more easily through small capillaries, oxygen delivery to tissues improves. This enhanced oxygen delivery supports tissue function and reduces fatigue. Additionally, sodium citrate affects something called the citric acid cycle, also known as the Krebs cycle, which is the primary energy-producing pathway in your cells. By providing additional citrate, you support more efficient energy production in the mitochondria of your cells. This means more energy available for all cellular functions, including the smooth muscle contraction and relaxation that controls blood vessel diameter. The combination of sodium bicarbonate and citric acid creating sodium citrate, along with the residual buffering capacity from any excess bicarbonate, produces a synergistic effect on vascular function. You get the pH buffering benefits that support optimal blood vessel responsiveness. You get the enhanced nitric oxide bioavailability from the citrate. You get improved blood fluidity and oxygen delivery, and you get enhanced cellular energy production. All of these mechanisms work together to create what could be described as a vascular explosion, where blood flow capacity is maximized and sustained. Let me walk you through the specific mechanisms in more detail. When you consume this mixture about 30 to 60 minutes before intimate activity, the sodium bicarbonate begins buffering any excess acidity in your bloodstream. This creates a more alkaline environment that is optimal for nitric oxide production. Your endothelial cells respond by producing more nitric oxide, which signals blood vessels throughout your body to relax and dilate. At the same time, the sodium citrate is improving the stability and effectiveness of that nitric oxide, preventing it from being broken down by oxidative stress. The enhanced blood flow that results is not just a temporary dilation. The improved cellular energy production from the citrate means that the smooth muscle cells in your blood vessel walls have more ATP available to power the active relaxation process. This means blood vessels can dilate more completely and maintain that dilation for longer periods. For intimate function, this translates to firmer responses that develop quickly and last longer. The research supporting this combination is compelling. Studies on sodium bicarbonate have shown improvements in blood flow and exercise performance. Studies on citrate supplementation have demonstrated enhanced endothelial function and improved vascular health markers. While there is limited research specifically looking at the combination for intimate function, the mechanisms are well established and the physiological principles are sound. Now let me explain exactly how to prepare and use this mixture. The ratio of sodium bicarbonate to citric acid matters because you want to create the reaction that produces sodium citrate while also having some residual buffering capacity. A good starting ratio is 2 parts sodium bicarbonate to 1 part citric acid by weight. For a single dose, you might use about 3 grams of sodium bicarbonate mixed with about 1.5 grams of citric acid. To prepare the mixture, add the powders to about 8 to 12 ounces of water. The mixture will fizz vigorously as the reaction occurs. Stir it well and let the fizzing subside somewhat before drinking. Some people find the taste more palatable if they add a small amount of natural flavoring like lemon juice or a splash of fruit juice, though this is optional. The taste on its own is salty and slightly tart, but not particularly unpleasant. Timing is important for maximizing the effects. You want to consume this mixture about 45 to 60 minutes before you anticipate intimate activity. This gives your body time to absorb the compounds, for the pH buffering to take effect, and for the vascular benefits to fully manifest. The effects typically peak around 60 to 90 minutes after consumption and can last for several hours. The immediate effects you might notice include a sense of increased energy or alertness, a feeling of improved blood flow or warmth in your extremities, and enhanced physical readiness. These are all signs that the mixture is working to optimize your vascular function and cellular energy production. During intimate activity, you may notice quicker arousal responses, firmer erections that are easier to achieve and maintain, and improved stamina without the premature fatigue that can sometimes occur. Safety considerations are important to address. Sodium bicarbonate is generally safe for most people, but it does contain sodium, so if you are on a sodium-restricted diet or have high blood pressure, you should consult with a healthcare provider before using this approach. The amount of sodium in 3 grams of sodium bicarbonate is significant, roughly 1,200 milligrams, which is about half the daily recommended limit for sodium intake. Some people experience digestive upset or bloating from sodium bicarbonate, especially when first starting to use it. Starting with a smaller dose and gradually increasing allows your body to adapt. Taking the mixture on a relatively empty stomach, at least an hour after eating, can reduce the likelihood of stomach discomfort. The fizzing reaction helps to make the bicarbonate easier to digest compared to taking it without the citric acid. Citric acid is very safe and is commonly used as a food additive and preservative. The amounts used in this mixture are well within normal dietary ranges and should not cause any issues for healthy individuals. The combination of the two compounds is actually easier on the digestive system than taking large amounts of sodium bicarbonate alone because the reaction neutralizes some of the alkalinity. The vascular benefits of this combination extend beyond just immediate effects before intimate activity. Regular use, perhaps several times per week, can lead to cumulative improvements in endothelial function and overall vascular health. The repeated exposure to the pH buffering, the nitric oxide enhancement, and the cellular energy support creates an environment where your blood vessels gradually become healthier and more responsive. Some men choose to use this mixture both as a pre-intimacy enhancer and as a general performance supplement before physical activities like exercise. The same mechanisms that improve blood flow for intimate function also enhance athletic performance, reduce fatigue during workouts, and speed recovery afterward. This versatility makes the sodium bicarbonate and citric acid combination a valuable tool for overall physical vitality. The cost-effectiveness of this approach is remarkable. Sodium bicarbonate costs just a few dollars for a large box that will last for dozens of doses. Citric acid is similarly inexpensive and widely available. For less than $10 total, you can create enough of this mixture to use regularly for months. This is an extraordinarily economical approach compared to any commercial supplements or prescription options. Understanding why the combination is more effective than either compound alone helps appreciate the elegance of this approach. Sodium bicarbonate alone provides pH buffering and some improvement in blood flow. Citric acid alone, when consumed, is metabolized to produce energy and support the citric acid cycle. But when you combine them, you create sodium citrate, which has its own distinct beneficial effects on vascular function and nitric oxide metabolism. You also get the buffering from residual bicarbonate and the metabolic support from the citrate. The whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. The effervescent reaction that occurs when you mix these powders also serves a practical purpose. The carbon dioxide produced helps to disperse the compounds throughout the water, ensuring they dissolve completely and are readily available for absorption. The fizzing action can also stimulate digestive processes slightly, which may contribute to faster absorption. Some research suggests that carbonation can enhance the absorption of certain compounds through the digestive tract. From a biochemical perspective, the sodium citrate produced by this reaction is particularly valuable for vascular health. Citrate is a natural chelator, meaning it can bind to certain metal ions. In the context of vascular function, citrate can help prevent the oxidative damage to endothelial cells that occurs when excess iron or copper catalyzes harmful oxidative reactions. By protecting the endothelium from oxidative damage, citrate helps maintain healthy nitric oxide production over time. The impact on cellular energy production deserves special emphasis. The citric acid cycle is the central pathway through which your cells extract energy from nutrients. Every cell in your body relies on this cycle to produce ATP, which is the energy currency that powers all cellular functions. When you provide additional citrate, you are essentially feeding this cycle and supporting more efficient energy production. For the smooth muscle cells that control blood vessel diameter, this enhanced energy production means better performance and responsiveness. The pH buffering effect also has implications for how your nerves and muscles respond during intimate activity. Nerve signaling is affected by pH, and maintaining optimal pH supports better nerve conduction and sensitivity. Muscle cells, including the smooth muscle in blood vessel walls, contract and relax more efficiently when pH is properly buffered. This means better coordination between arousal signals, blood flow responses, and physical sensation. Another aspect worth considering is the impact on something called endothelial progenitor cells. These are cells in your bloodstream that can differentiate into new endothelial cells and help repair damaged blood vessel lining. Research suggests that maintaining proper pH balance and supporting the citric acid cycle can enhance the function and number of these progenitor cells. Over time, this could contribute to the regeneration and repair of your vascular system, leading to sustained improvements in blood flow capacity. The anti-fatigue effects of this combination are particularly relevant for intimate performance. Fatigue during intimate activity can stem from multiple factors, including insufficient blood flow, accumulation of metabolic byproducts like lactate, declining cellular energy levels, and increasing tissue acidity. The sodium bicarbonate and citric acid combination addresses all of these factors simultaneously. It buffers the acidity, supports energy production, enhances blood flow, and helps clear metabolic waste products. The result is sustained performance with less fatigue. Some men report that the effects of this mixture feel different from other approaches to enhancing intimate function. Rather than producing a forced or artificial response, the sodium bicarbonate and citric acid combination creates optimal conditions for your body's natural mechanisms to work at their best. The response feels natural and integrated with your overall state of arousal and physical engagement. The versatility of dosing is another advantage. You can adjust the amounts of sodium bicarbonate and citric acid based on your individual response, your body weight, and your specific goals. Some men find that smaller doses are sufficient, while others prefer larger doses for maximum effect. The key is maintaining the approximate 2-to-1 ratio of bicarbonate to citric acid to ensure you are producing adequate sodium citrate while retaining some buffering capacity. For men who are hesitant about trying new approaches, the familiarity and safety of these household compounds can be reassuring. Baking soda and citric acid are substances you may already have in your kitchen. They are recognized as safe for consumption. They have been used for decades in various applications. There is nothing exotic or unproven about them. What is novel is understanding how to combine them strategically to maximize their benefits for vascular function and intimate performance. The immediate feedback you get from using this mixture helps you optimize your approach. You will quickly learn how your body responds, what timing works best for you, and what doses produce the desired effects without any discomfort. This ability to fine-tune your use based on direct experience makes the approach more effective and personalized. Long-term use of this combination as part of a comprehensive approach to vascular health can contribute to sustained improvements in intimate function and overall vitality. By regularly supporting optimal pH balance, enhancing nitric oxide production, and promoting efficient cellular energy production, you create conditions where your cardiovascular system can maintain youthful function even as you age. Thank you for taking the time to learn about this powerful combination. Sodium bicarbonate and citric acid, mixed together to create an effervescent drink consumed 45 to 60 minutes before intimacy, can produce dramatic improvements in blood flow, firmness, and stamina through natural, well-established mechanisms. At minimal cost and with excellent safety, this represents an accessible and effective approach to supporting your intimate health. I am Dr. Sophia Carter, and I hope this information helps you achieve the vascular health and intimate performance you deserve.